Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-August right through to mid-September 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, something that may be of benefit to you, as I do the Gaia chimes, maybe it's worth taking a breath, a pause for yourself to really manifest the sort of person you want to be with in a relationship, the traits, what they look like. You know, take this time to align with your vibrations because the Gaia chimes offers a recalibration of energy, so it will help you align to what you're visualizing in this moment, okay? So worth noting that. Let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. But I don't know if you noted the Gaia chimes, the energy, there is this persistent note that actually was coming out in your sound, as it were. You know, this tends to give me an indication about the vibrations that I'm picking up on in your reading. So a lot of you feel like you're dedicated or committed to something at this moment in time, and it's ongoing and it's hard to perhaps have a little bit of variety in your life in some way. So I feel like you're recalibrating that at this time and changing the vibrations in your life. So if you feel like life has been a little bit one note, you've been super busy, focused on something, you have priorities or duties that you have to adhere to, I do see you creating space to meet new experiences in your life, which of course will align you with new people there as well. So let's get to your cards and see what is going on there for you. How would you like to receive? We have the leadership card. So that's the Emperor energy. We have the Chariot card. Now, the first card there being the Emperor, it tells me that you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Life got pretty serious in some way. Doesn't mean that you're not having fun with that, but it can indicate that you are taking the initiative to perhaps be a little bit more curious about who is out there on the dating scene. I mean, the Chariot card in the Resistance position tells me a lot of you put dating on hold, or you feel that, you know, there's been a lack of opportunity. You know, there's an energy of feeling suspended in the same kind of routine, shall we say. And we have the Star, which means you're in a period of healing, but also getting clarity on what it is that you want in a relationship. Now, this card, it is a card of basically focusing on your ambitions. It's a card of, really taking responsibility for your life, getting your life in order. So it can be that you focused on your priorities at this time, like, bossing up in your life or your money, for example. This is a card of success, ambition, but also this is about taking action after a long period of feeling like nothing is happening. You may have even tried to put yourself outside there and shine your wonderful light, put yourself in the spotlight to meet new people, whether that's through online dating or actually, joining group activities or, hobbies, all of the stuff. But you may have felt that it's always been met with experiences that just don't go anywhere because the Chariot card is in the resistance position. Now, anything that is in the resistance position, it will go into the upright. So there is going to be movement and improvement. And I do feel, because this is your overarching energy, this is where you're at right now. So this can indicate you have a lot on your plate right now. You're showing up for your life. You're making things happen on your terms. It can also mean that you've been brave. You've been through some disappointments in your life. You are someone who is reliable. You're looking for your 5-year plan and someone who is going to align with that. And you may have met people who do not align with your morals or your beliefs, or perhaps you feel the dating scene is very transient. It can be that you're looking for that spark, and just when you find a potential where you're like, okay, I could explore this, suddenly it amounts to naught, or you just feel like there's a missing ingredient there, and you may feel like nothing gets past a certain stage when it comes to a relationship, and you may feel that people are looking for more of the physical aspects. But because this is your protagonist energy, you're looking for the whole package. You're looking for someone you can trust, someone you can settle down with, someone who also is strong enough to walk by your side. This is a card of committing to something and, surrendering to a process for life. This is like secure energy, security. You have built a life where you are independent, self-assured. A lot of you are conquering some confidence issues there as well. But I feel like you've either put your dating life on hold, because this is a card where there's no movement, and suddenly you're a little bit more curious, or some of you are in the middle of a relocation. Okay, there is an energy of moving to a place that's closer to family for some of you. Okay, that's something that is coming out strongly there, but that may not resonate with all of you. I feel more than anything, a lot of you have been focused on your sense of purpose, your sense of direction in life, and taking ownership on that. And if you have some sort of vacation or travel booked, I feel there's a strong energy of you meeting someone where they are outside your neighborhood. Okay, this could be an event that you're going to. It doesn't have to be that you're going on a vacation or that you are traveling really far. It can be that you're in motion when you meet this person, because I definitely see this is a card of familiarity, and this is a card of transforming your environment in some way. So I feel a lot of you may meet a new person outside your usual parameters. But of course, this is a card of making progress, overcoming an obstacle or a delay. A lot of you, there's this energy of delay going on in your reading. So this can indicate that you have kind of like focus on your ambitions or your success story, as it were, and life and time has just flown on by, and suddenly you're having a bit of a wake-up call. Some of you, there is this clarity, where you're like, okay, it's time. I need to think about settling down or searching for love. And of course, don't get me wrong, I feel like you have looked before, but for some of you, I feel there is an energy of like giving up or losing hope, because this is a card in this position. It's like you may have lost direction when it comes to love, because this is a love reading, of course, but it can also indicate that you've been waiting a long time. And as you mature, because the Emperor represents maturity, and it can indicate that you're either meeting people who are not mature enough or not strong enough to walk by your side, or not emotionally available to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. But you may have been waiting for such a long time that, it's hard to believe that love is coming on in for you. However, this card is going to go into the upright in this reading, which means You know, there is movement forward. You've been transforming yourself, getting to know who you are, what you really want in a relationship. And of course, the star energy is to align with a wish, but also it's to allow yourself to be seen. So a lot of you, of course, if you have a family or children, it could be that you're guiding the next generation and you've surrendered yourself to that duty, to that responsibility. And now, you know, as time goes by, you are having a little bit more time for you, perhaps creating space for you to meet new people. If you don't have children, it doesn't mean this is not your reading. I'm just highlighting that a lot of you have other priorities at this time. Doesn't mean that you don't want love. It just means that you are giving your attention elsewhere, and now you're starting to get a little bit more curious to allow yourself to be seen, to be clear in what it is that you want in a relationship, and close chapters to your past in order to move forward. I mean, the star energy indicates a lot of you may be healing something from your past. For some of you, this could be a generational wound, okay? It can be an energy of something you experienced or witnessed in your childhood that made you feel that love equates pain, or it kind of has someone leaving, because this is a card of leaving or avoiding an obstacle that needs to be talked about, something that perhaps is glossed over but causes a bigger rupture in a family unit or a challenging relationship. So I feel a lot of you could be healing that, or maybe it's something you experienced, okay? Some of you may be moving on from a high-level commitment relationship that disappointed you or let you down, but ultimately this is your time and you're aligning with your soul song, and I feel this is about you shining your light. You may have met people in the past who you potentially outshone, and they tried to knock your confidence, or they tried to make you feel jealous in some way in order to control. Because the Emperor can indicate experiences where you've had people try to control you or tell you that, you know, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional. And this can be that life has hardened you in some way. But I feel like you're finding your way back to yourself, reconnecting to that part of yourself that you feel like was on hold in some way. And this is about you shining your light and acknowledging that you are lovable and that you are going to have a love wish, because this is you in alignment and about to kind of like align with someone's soul song there. So if you are traveling or relocating or going to an event that is outside your usual parameters, I would say you are in a strong position to meet someone new, and this person is a divine counterpart, okay? I feel like you're nourishing yourself in a different way, prioritizing your needs. I feel like there is a new kind of phase in life right now, and it's reminding you that you are connected. You know, that this is a time for personal development and growth, but I feel a lot of you are getting inspired with hobbies, or, you know, wanting to learn more about yourself, your capabilities, or go through a period where you nurture yourself to a high degree by joining classes on meditation or yoga, or, you know, really centering yourself is what I'm seeing there, making great advancements within self. But I do feel that there is a love wish that will be delivered to you, and that's what I see as your overarching energy. But let me get to the Celtic cross, because I want to see a little bit more as to what is going on here. We've got the Six of Wands. Interesting, because this Six of Wands has a little, you know, lamp there, which tends to represent genie's wishes sort of thing. So I feel like you're wishing for love, and I feel like you are going to get your wish. This is the outcome position. This position is your protagonist energy, full of responsibility and duty, showing up for yourself, success, prioritizing your own needs. This is anything against you. So it can be that you felt in life in general, you were swimming against the tide sometimes. You may have felt that experiences you had just ended up going nowhere. And it can also indicate that you've had experiences in relationships in general that really changed you, okay? And you may have withdrawn from the dating scene because you just feel like there's no one who's got that spark. And your outcome position is a star, a wish, alignment, and truly being seen in a relationship so that you can communicate your needs from a healthy place and also have them met. And your first card there is you getting out there, influencing your situation. And again, this is a card that highlights that actually you get a lot of attention. You may not see it, but you do. The Six of Wands normally has a figure where people are elevating that figure. you know, or looking at that figure, you know, I mean, it is a card that a lot of you have focused on your success, your ambitions in some way, but ultimately, this is an alignment with a desire, okay? How would you like to receive? Okay, we have the Ten of Wands here, so a lot on your plate. A lot of you are like super busy. You can't catch a break. Things are really hard right now, so it feels very challenging. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, but also you're clearing space. So this could be emotional space that you're clearing as you heal in order to find your happy ever after. Ten of Cups, I feel like you're learning to be happy from within. Focus on your family, you know, the simple things in life, you know, really kind of like simplifying life in general, as it were. To live in the present moment, to honor your peace of mind, to focus on your well-being. I feel a lot of you are going to be connected to a person at some place where there is a conversation around well-being, or maybe it's an event around well-being. So it could be that you're going to a festival, for example, that is outside your usual parameters of where you frequent. And it could be like a mindfulness festival, for example, or it could be a place where people gather in order to improve focus or meditate, yoga. I mean, there could be health practices at this place. So it could be a gym, for example, for some of you, not all of you, of course, but I just get an energy of trying to find happiness in the present moment. For some of you, there's a small percentage of you, if you've booked like a retreat in some way. I mean, it could be a vacation or a staycation, or maybe just like a moment of pause to like really reflect, but in some way get involved, because there is a new beginning happening here. And I feel right now, I feel with that Six of Wands, it's a place where you honor your personal needs, and I feel there is a little bit of competition there as well. And what I mean by competition, it could be that, let me see, like if you were going to a festival, right, and they've got lots of wellness kind of stalls, let's put it that way, but there may be like a side area where people compete in something, but it's just good fun, if that makes sense. So random that that's coming through, but I have to honor it because it's coming through there. We got the Lover's card. So yeah, this is you meeting a soulmate. That Lover's card is in your potential position in this spread. So that means, you know, you meeting a person that you're going to fall in love with. Eight of Wands is your advice to yourself in this moment, which is to go places. It is to, you know, be aligned with your sense of purpose. 8 is the number of self. 8 of Wands is actually advancements. It's movement. So there is an energy of some of you relocating or traveling. There's definitely a travel element. You're going somewhere that is outside your neighborhood when you meet this person. But there seems to be this element of well-being that's connected to it. I mean, maybe you just meet this person and there is a conversation around well-being and mindfulness and, you know, the busy kind of lifestyle that we have as humans, that you're not just a human doing, you're a human being. So there could be something around that. We got the Page of Swords. You're going to be talking to someone new. We got the Nine of Cups. Okay, so let's get to your reading, because I can see the trajectory of you meeting someone new that you're very curious about. And there's a lot of potential there, okay? I almost want to go one more, so I'm going to do that. Ooh, okay, did you see that card just like fly right out of that deck? I'm so glad that I decided to do that. We got King of Wands. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I tell you why I'm excited, because King of Wands, Queen of Wands, we got a match, a vibrational match. You're doing something that you're passionate about. You're doing something that involves you somehow either collaborating with people or being involved in a group of people in some way. I mean, even if it was a festival, it could be that, right? So please apply it to your situation. Some people are going to be like, no, I'm not going to a festival. You may be like, okay, but I am taking a vacation where, you know, mindfulness is there. Maybe it's a retreat, a spa for some of you. It could be spa with friends. You know, I'm just trying to give you an idea of what it could be in some way. But I feel like you come into contact with someone where there is a spark, and, well, the rest is history, shall we say, because the Lover's card indicates you meet your match. You meet someone that you want to settle down with and build a life with there. But the Six of Wands, this is your grounding card in this particular spread, and this means where you're at right now. You know, this is a card of allowing yourself to be seen. It's a card of inspiration, so it can be that you are inspired to go to an event or to transform your circumstances. This is a card of being an influencer, you know, enlightened. I mean, this card literally means to be enlightened in some way, or, you know, to kind of like be at an event where people see you above anybody else. You tend to stand out. I mean, you've got the card of attraction and magnetism right here. And these are like aspects of your journey. So this can indicate you're having a glow up in some way in your life right now. And you are going to get a lot of attention. I mean, the Lover's card says choice. So there is a potential that there's going to be a choice, but I got to be honest with you, I see one person coming in for you, and that one person, it's like, boom, that's it. You just know. When you know, right? And Six of Wands is you wishing for this alignment with a person, and I feel like you're going to have it. You know, this is a card of overcoming any obstacles. It's about triumphing. It's about having more confidence, and it is a card of leadership. It's a recognition of achievements. So no matter what you're doing in your life right now, I feel like there is this energy of achieving something, whether it is achieving a breakthrough in a career or achieving like a breakthrough on a health issue, or just, you know, achieving the next level. Like if you're hitting the gym, for example, it can be that you're actually seeing the payoff for all of your hard work. Could also be, you know, something personal that you're doing. Doesn't have to be ambitious regarding, you know, a career or anything, but this card is all about leadership, and so is this. So you're taking the lead on something, and that can literally mean that you're reaching out to your besties or your family and saying, hey, this is a great event. I'm called to go to this. Would you like to come? So I feel with this Six of Wands, this is an energy here of, you know, you putting yourself in a position to be seen in some way, okay? And I feel a lot of you, it's more that you are seeking fun or flirtation. I feel looking at the energy, you've got the Emperor, which means you're looking for a serious relationship more than just a flirtation, okay? But the Six of Wands is you kind of like embracing this fun aspect of yourself. Look at that figure. She's kind of looking back, flirtatious, over the shoulder, retaining that sense of mystery, but also being open to flirt or be available to people, okay? And I feel this is about you just having a little bit of fun, enjoying your single life, kind of like finding yourself in situations that bring you joy. So that's your starting position. What's crossing you, of course, is the Ten of Wands. You've got a lot on your plate right now. So this can be the desire. You want to get out there and have fun, but the reality is the duties of life, the responsibilities, the hard work. Ten of Wands means you have a lot going on right now, and you're carrying it all. So it can be that, you know, things have been pretty heavy for you over the last couple of years or months. This can be that you're exhausted. You know, you want to have that opportunity to like be free, and of course you can, but I feel a lot of you have committed yourself or been super disciplined with something, and it's exhausting. But also it can be that, you know, you've overcommitted to a certain degree because you feel like there's no one else out there on the dating scene who's sparking that attention for you. So you may be like, well, what's the point? I'm going to give all of myself to my successes or my duties, responsibilities, because I don't want to waste my time. So I feel a lot of you may be having that going on right now. But also I feel some of you, if you've had a very kind of challenging ending of a relationship, it is requiring all of your strength to heal. And when the moment is right, because when you have this card in the crossing position, you're clearing space for a new beginning. So this could be a very cathartic time for you, where you are releasing some very heavy emotions, where you are kind of like admitting emotions or situations or people that no longer resonate with you or just don't have a place in your life anymore. They don't belong there because it's heavy. You know, this can be you sorting through the baggage. And I feel this is the release period. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. If something has come to an end and you're healing this and it's taken a long time for you to get over things, I mean, water signs, they tend to take a long time because they get hurt really deeply in experiences or relationships because they care so much. You know, I'm a Scorpio, so I understand the depth of feeling that you have when you're in love. You don't fall in love easily, but when you do, it is for keeps. So it's really hard if you've gone through a breakup there and you're trying to separate from the noise, as it were, and kind of like heal. The earthly plane position, we got the Ten of Cups. You're trying to align yourself with a happy ever after, but you're paying attention to what makes you happy. You know, this is a card of being ready to fall in love. But I feel like you've been sorting through life and the challenges because you've had a lot of challenge here. But this card, it indicates you maybe focus on family, for example, have family responsibilities. This is a card of harmony, of success, being a peacemaker as well. So trying to find peace in your life and just focus on what fulfills you from a position where you are happy, and then all else will follow. You cannot love another person without loving yourself first. So I feel like you've taken a journey to try and fall back in love with your life, or at least come to a position where, you know, you become comfortable in your emotions and your own skin, and basically kind of focus on your well-being. That's what this card is all about. Everything you need is within you. So I feel this is about you feeling whole within yourself. And, you know, I also feel like you have a very strong support network, okay, whether this is family members or soul tribe members. But I feel more than anything, the Ten of Cups is you kind of feeling secure in relationships, but you're recognizing that that security and that wholeness, it comes from within self first. Your happiness is not tied up with another. This is being at peace with self. And that creates space for you to share your life with another, okay? But when you get a Ten of Cups, especially with a Ten of Wands, this can indicate that there is a need for something new in your life. So if you've been seeing the same places, same faces, having the same experiences, of course, then nothing will ever change and it will end up in the same way. We all get into a cycle of repeat in our life in some way because we like structure as humans. So I feel this is about you being curious about what else. Now we have that Queen of Wands. So this is a card that's in the past position. So some of you, you know, there may be some changes within your body or within your mindset about what it is you want in a relationship. You're very attractive. Okay, you actually get a lot of attention. You may not see this, but you may be kind of like looking at, as you mature, you may feel it was easier to meet people or attract people in the past. That's why the card of attraction is in your past position. But that's not true at all. I feel like you are going to be seen for who you are in all your glory and loved. Okay, a vibrational match. Doesn't matter what age you are vibing at a frequency where you are trying to be more sensual in life, focus on your passions, be more creative, find your time connected to music, dance, art. You know, this is a card of creativity. It's a card of, you know, you being passionate, reigniting that spark and noting that you are attractive. I feel like you don't even realize that people look at you, but this is about you having more confidence and be more outgoing. You're very intelligent, you're fun-loving, and actually very popular. Some of you may even feel like you were more popular in the past, but again, I feel that's a state of mind. As we start to mature, because you have the Emperor card, which is all about maturity, you know, this can indicate our relationships and friendships, they start to evolve, okay? People partner off, they go into relationships, they guide the next generation, either by settling down, having children, and people who are single, then suddenly they feel a little bit discombobulated or out of sync with their life because then they are not in a relationship and they find it harder to connect to groups of people or connect to, you know, single people. So I feel some of you may have been feeling a shift in your life because I do feel a dissatisfied gear shift because we have that Seven of Pentacles there. So you're looking at the alternative. And I feel the alternative for you is to follow your passions or do something that is really exciting, that puts you in the position to meet like-minded people. Some of you may go with friends to this, whether it's a festival, whether it is to a hobby for some of you. But the potential, when you come out of your comfort zone, there is the Lover's card. So this is about you meeting people who vibe with a frequency that you are emanating right now. And of course, this is a soulmate. This is love right there. And I feel like you are going to partner up with a person who is passionate, has that spark, someone who is spiritually aligned, because, you know, when you have the King of Wands, this is someone who has a spiritual vision, or someone who basically has done some work on themselves in order to have full command over what they want in their life. They're not a game player. They're really precise. They don't lead people on. They're someone who is passionate, exciting to be with, but also family oriented. Someone who kind of is willing to surrender to love and be emotionally available. You know, I would say the person you are about to meet is very confident. They're not afraid to pursue you or let you know that they have feelings for you. And I feel that's quite refreshing. But you meet in balance and reciprocity, because I feel it's a give and take relationship there. But is it love? I would say the presiding energy over your reading, it is love. Will you meet this person in the next 6 weeks? I would say, with that Seven of Pentacles there, that would be a no. I feel you're looking at alternative experiences. You know, Seven of Pentacles is the crossing point. It is like the fork in the road, as it were, reflecting on your progress in life and going, okay, what are the missing ingredients? What else for me right now? And you are not afraid to admit what is no longer for you, whether it's relationships that you've been having for years with friends, for example, and perhaps you just, you know, are outgrowing these people. It can be that you're seeking like new friendship groups for some of you, not all of you, but if you are, I definitely see that you're going to meet like-minded people that resonate with you more. But also this can be that, you know, you're patient and you're invested and you are not giving up on love, but you may be looking for alternative experiences, things that you've not done before, that you've been curious about, and you want a fresh approach. Okay, so I feel that there is this energy of you kind of like investing in self at this moment in time. I mean, this is a card of planning ahead as well. So I would say that there is some sort of event that will be planned that you may travel to. Now that could be like 10 minutes out of town, or it could be like 2 hours away, or it could be that you are actually going on a vacation, crossing water. So please take it as it resonates. I just feel there's a new experience in a new place. Okay, and this is where you meet this person. A lot of you, because we do have that Six of Swords, you may cross water. There's so many travel cards here, so I just feel like you are doing some sort of traveling, or you are on the move when you meet this person. We do have the Eight of Wands, so this is you aligning yourself with a sense of purpose, but also the Eight of Wands is a declaration to self to travel or to kind of fall in love with your life again. I mean, this card, if you look up the meaning of it, it means, you know, you questioning, do you want to fall in love or do you want to flirt? You know, you meet a person, is this infatuation or is this something deeper? So I feel like you have learned a lot. You have experience in life in general. You can read a person better because of your experiences. You've got heightened intuition. And I feel like you are looking for someone who is all in. I mean, this is the earthly plane position. So this is the energy of getting married. You know, wanting to fall in love with a person where it is the great big love story. And you may be questioning, is this possible? The answer is yes. And I feel like you're about to meet this person. Everything is aligning for this. And the Eight of Wands is, you know, pursue that goal. Because when we think about career goals, for example, you know, we go and get qualifications, or we put ourselves in positions to network or find opportunities to be that successful in that industry. The same with relationships. We learn more about ourselves. We actually put ourselves in positions to meet people. It doesn't have to be connected to dating per se. It can be that, you know, you are going to do a hobby. This is a very passionate card. You have a lot of wands here, which tells me you're doing something that raises your vibrations, that you're passionate about, that you're excited about, that you're going to go to. It feels like a destination point. Okay, and when you get there, that's when your wish comes true. You got a Nine of Cups. You got so many wishing cards. The Star, you have the Six of Wands with the genie's lamp on it. And this is the circumstances outside of yourself position. So it's like, you know, no matter what you do to influence your circumstances, your wish is going to come true. Okay, so there is an alignment, but I feel a lot of you had to make yourself feel content at first. You know, you had to focus on your own needs and discover what makes you happy. Because when we discover what makes us happy, no one can ever take that away from us. okay? And this is a grounded position that you needed to find yourself in and enjoy your single life until such time as you could share your life with another. This card indicates dreams do come true. This card indicates an achievement of desire shall be made here. And I feel this is about you loving yourself and shining your light in all your authenticity. So I feel with this Six of Swords, you're actually being guided to this person. Six of Swords is like if you have been going through a previous experience where someone knocked your confidence or shattered your heart into a million pieces and you're just picking up those pieces. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love, okay? But the new person that comes in, I feel that they will renew your faith and love there. With that King of Wands energy and the Page of Swords, I feel like there is this curiosity. You're doing something new and you meet a person kind of instantly when you do this event and they're just right. It just fits. It just clicks, okay? But the Six of Swords, it means rejection can equal protection and redirection. So if you feel like you've had a previous experience where, you know, you had your heart broken, for example, or even if you've experienced trauma in previous relationships or situations, this could be something you witnessed in childhood as well. It can shape who you are regarding your first foundation of what it means to love. But this card, you know, it can indicate that if you've had challenging experiences in the past, it marked you. Okay, it scarred you in some way and you kind of expect troubles ahead. So it is in a hope and a fear position. That's what this position is called, the hope and the fear position. So your hope is to move on to like a new experience where it's calmer, no drama, someone who's not going to hurt you, someone who wants to be in a relationship that goes somewhere, that you can actually see your life with this person, that you walk this journey of life and love together. And the fear, of course, is investing your time in a relationship that goes nowhere. Of course, you know, a lot of you don't want to repeat a pattern if you've had a very challenging or traumatic experience. Six of Swords can indicate that, you know, you've been conditioned to expect troubles ahead based on your previous experiences, but now you're trying to shift your awareness and recognize that those experiences are now over. They're in the past, and whilst they shaped you, they must not impede your future happiness, because I do see that you'll be truly happy indeed when it comes to this new relationship. Now, to have a Six of Swords, it normally means that you are protected and guided, okay? But I also feel it's important to recognize that this is a travel card. A lot of you are healing and you're in recovery. It doesn't have to be that you're in recovery from a previous relationship. It can be that some of you have been dealing with some health issues and you're in recovery and you are just taking it day by day. But when the moment is right, the universe is going to align you with this new person, okay? And, you know, this can be a card of reflection and getting closure on something. Ultimately, I feel a lot of you have been focused on your sense of purpose and your journey to date. But I feel like you are about to step into uncharted territory. You're being guided to do something outside your typical kind of parameters there. And I feel like on the other side, there is a wonderful relationship. Interesting that we have like this hand. Okay, so I feel this is your guide saying it's this way. So if you're called to go to any event or you have a yearning to go to something, maybe you don't know why, maybe you're just curious or interested, it's whispering to you from your heart. This is the universe saying this way, okay? And then suddenly you are meeting a person who basically the universe is saying, what about this person? And they totally align with your vibration, okay? Now, Page of Swords normally means that you're talking to someone new. Swords are all about communication, thought, you know, ideas, but this is a new idea or a new event. For some of you, it could be an invitation, but I'm not getting strong invitation vibes from this, so I want you to be aware. So I'm just going to pull a card on this Page of Swords because sometimes this can mean someone is curious about you already. So I just want to see that there. Ultimately, I'm only picking up one person in your vibration. There's only one person for your beautiful heart, and they are going to love you in the way that you hope to be loved. I feel there is an alignment here with this person, okay? So let me just... Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please, guys? So I just was given something. It's about new love, but it may coincide with you signing something, either a contract or a document. I mean, you're not signing something with this person, this new person, but I feel something in your personal life You could sign up for something. Maybe you're joining a waiting list for something, or you're joining some sort of news kind of subscription. For example, if you are like curious about an event and they're like, okay, join our like subscription sort of thing, we'll tell you what's going on. It could be that, but I just feel like it coincides with you signing up for something. Okay, I mean, it could also be that there is like what do you call that, guest list. Maybe it's that. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to leave that there. We've got a 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so that is about being independent, getting yourself out there, treating yourself either to an event or to, a new wardrobe or, a new item. 9 of Pentacles is you focused on your plans, being disciplined, showing up for yourself, being self-sufficient, and not really needing anybody or even kind of like pursuing the idea of attracting someone. This is all about you. 9s tend to be about you, learning more about yourself. However, so I feel like this is like indicating that you're about to do something new for you that you're curious about. Ace of Cups. We got love. So I feel like you are not expecting to meet a new person, but you're doing something new that actually is going to be very exciting, and it puts you in the path for love. I mean, to have the alignment between the Lovers card, the Ace of Cups, this is fresh new experience. The universe intervening to put you in the path of love. This is romance. This is an emotional feeling. It's more than just a spark of chemistry. It's someone who takes emotional care, who wants to build a future with you. And I'm just hearing a song right now. This is a very famous song. It's by Starship, actually. This may have shown up in a reading in the past. I'm not sure. Maybe for your sign. Again, I'm not sure. But I'll just give you what's coming through there. And we can build this dream together. Standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Okay, so you may hear this song over the next coming weeks or months. This will highlight that you're about to meet a new person and you will build a dream relationship. I mean, no relationship is ever perfect. We got to be honest with ourselves there, but I feel this person is a perfect match for you, and both of you love each other fully. All aspects of self. So not only do we have a Lover's card and an Ace of Cups coming out there, I mean, out of a full deck, these cards have popped out. You saw me shuffle. I didn't choose these cards for you. And also, we have an alignment between two people on the same wavelength, same vibration. It's love. So passionate new relationship incoming, and it all starts with a spark of curiosity for you to do something that you're interested in. Okay, that's something that's coming out very clearly there. So I'm just going to go and get some final cards, because this deck will highlight what you're meant to really focus on before you meet this person, or things that you are kind of like aligning with at this time. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? We have, I am safe. Interesting. You needed security in relationships, but you cannot have that until you feel secure within yourself first. So I feel this is about you building a foundation of love for you, conquering any intrusive thoughts, for example, and knowing that you are enough and worthy of the highest love that love has to offer. When you know that you deserve that, that's when you call it in. We've also got I surrender. So this is about creating space, but also surrendering to the universe, acknowledging that divine timing is at play. That's why you got an Ace of Cups. Any aces tend to be a hand of the universe coming in to say, okay, I got your back. Here it is. So I feel this is you aligning with that, and I am a creator. So some of you, I mean, this could be that you're doing something connected to like helping the planet in some way. For some of you, it can be you're doing something creative. This is just birthing ideas or birthing something. For some of you, it can be, that if you have children, as I mentioned earlier, you're a parent, it could be that it's really hard to meet a new person because, of course, you're guiding the next generation, but perhaps you are going to a really exciting event with your children. And, it can be that you meet someone that way. And, but more than anything, I just get this energy of you kind of like getting out there and acknowledging that you're creating to some degree your own destiny. Because we always work in a co-creation with spirit, with the universe. You know, we set our intentions, we take action to make those intentions become a reality, and the universe sends you opportunities to align with what you want. So it's always important to kind of like acknowledge, be clear on what it is you want, and kind of everything will slot into place. Many years ago, a friend of mine asked me what I wanted, and I was like, well, you know, I want to be happy, I want to be this. They're like, okay, that's all great. Of course, everybody wants to be happy. That's a given. But what are the details of your life? What is it you want? And I was like, well, I've never like thought about like in big details. And then he said, well, maybe that's why, because at the time I was feeling a little bit lost, you know, maybe that's why you're feeling a bit lost. Like maybe that's why you're not completely aligned. You're kind of always nearly there into what you want to accomplish, but be more precise. And when I started to get really precise in my life and get clear on what I wanted, suddenly the magic happened. So I feel like you're at that stage. You're being precise. So let me just get a trinket or a rune before we close. Now, really interesting, before I look at these, I'm seeing an image in the water right now. And this may be relevant to you, but I'm seeing a gold medal, and on this gold medal, there is a dove on it. Now, either some of you are going to meet a person who has won a medal that has a dove on it, or you may actually meet a person perhaps who has been decorated. Perhaps they've served in some way. It could also be, I mean, if you think about the big prize, there's a dove on it. I don't know what the Nobel Peace Prize looks like, but maybe there's a connection there. Or it could be that you're going to find a medal that has a dove on it, or be gifted it, or you've got one. So just be mindful. I mean, a medal, a gold medal especially, can connect to a place where there's competition, where you win something. Or it can be investment, feeling secure. Because a gold medal, it looks like a gold coin. So that can represent like feeling secure in a relationship because there is investment. And the dove, of course, is all about peace. So that's coming out there. It may be random. You may even see an image of it like walking down the sidewalk on a billboard. So just be mindful, okay? So we have this rune here, okay, which is all about potential. So there's a lot of potential there, but this is about enjoying your freedom until such time as, you know, an opportunity is presented to you. I mean, this actually is the hero rune. So this can be that you're going out on a limb and doing something bold and daring, something you've never done before. But it could also be that you're conquering something, and then that sets you free. This normally connects to like a new beginning, marking an ending of something to embrace a new beginning. And I feel that's where you're at right now. And also we got a ship. So ships connect to the Six of Swords. Either some of you are crossing water, you're focused on your journey, your sense of purpose, but this normally means that, you know, you've been going through a lot of change in your life and you've been adjusting the sails. There's been a lot of transition and you've been trying to make those adjustments, but I feel like you're about to meet a person where you take that journey with them in terms of love. I mean, some of you could literally be going on a cruise as well, but I feel there was this energy of travel connected to where you meet this person, okay? So I will leave it there. I hope something resonates. Also, something that may be of benefit to you, you know, write a declaration to the universe by writing it down, solidifying it to paper or to the comments box below, for example. But if you want to do it in private, write it down on paper. The sort of person that you want to be in a relationship with, the traits, because when you commit it to paper, that is you cosmic ordering and making it an official order that you do not change. And then the universe sets things in motion to align you with that, okay? So I just thought I'd throw it out there before I close your reading. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. Thank you so much, and love and light.